Okay, this is Andy Lee Graham, and I'm going to talk about an invention. It's not really an invention; it would be an innovation. But when you create an invention or an innovation, what you're doing is solving a problem. You see a problem, so an entrepreneur sees a problem and they solve it. Anybody that wants to ask questions, I'm also live at the same time, but I see people that have bad eyesight. I'm often very concerned in Guatemala because what they do is they give free eye test, and that's not free because they probably get about 50% that get their glasses right, and they don't need the glasses, right? But never trust anybody that gives you something for free where they can make money by giving you bad advice. But my nephews and nieces all seem to have bad eyes, and one of them has exceptionally bad eyes, and he reminds me of myself, quite aggressive, motorcycle rider. He's married now with a couple children, but his children have got it. And I sit there and I go, there's two sides to eyesight. One is you just naturally have bad eyes and you have a deterioration of your eyes, right? Then the second one is if anybody wants to ask a question about eyes while I make this little short video about my invention. Uh, Nobody's came online today about me making clothes, so I'm going to talk about my invention that needs done. Okay, so what happens? Okay, it's not an invention; it's an innovation. What happens is if you get soap in your eyes or any kind of chemical in your eyes, you could burn them, right? Seems quite simple. And children, you have baby soaps, right? And then you have things like, you know, that make it safe for children. But if you're combing, washing your hair, and you put soap, and all the soap goes down into your face, it does two or three things that are quite bad. One is that soap goes into your eyes, goes into your ears, it goes into your armpits, and it goes into your crotch. These are very, very sensitive areas of the body. And but the biggest one is the eyes. Now, the eyes and the ears need protected at all costs. You can kind of keep your arms down and not have a problem with burning your armpits or your crotch. But how do you keep you know there's a product in Amazon like baby, I don't know, it shows how to baby, you can put a little thing on their head and it goes over their ears and you can wash the hair of a baby and not get soap in their eyes. And somewhere along the line, they decided that it's okay for adults to get soap in their eyes. Now, what you see is a lot of really old people shave their head, like men shave their head, and women put on caps and stuff because um, a lot of people that are, say, over 65 cannot stand and close their eyes without falling down. Okay, and so um, there's a lot of things that go into this, right? But there's a lot of people that want to wash their hair and they want to be clean and in good shape, but they're even afraid to do it. There's people that cannot touch their toes, right? There's people that are going to fall down for many, many different reasons. But the thing is that why do you fall down? You're basically your equilibrium because you got crap in your ears, probably soap. I have tinnitus, and Head and Shoulders was in my grandmother's house, and I was, washing my head, and that stuff went into my ear and just made it start to buzz. Okay, and I called up an attorney friend of mine, and he goes, blah blah blah. He's like such an idiot, right? I said, hey, I've lost part of my hearing because of Head and Shoulders shampoo. I know exactly when it was happening and where I was at. But the shampoo had happened to be in the house for years. But shampoo entering your ears and entering your eyes. So you say, oh, my sister said I never get shampoo in my eyes. It's just not possible. Okay? What if you accidentally just stumble in the shower? You got to open your eyes to figure where you're at. And you got shampoo coming down your head. So how much of this shampoo is causing us to go blind? So This hat, they need a they need a way where we can just put on goggles like this that go over our ears, goes around the back of our neck, seals us off, covers our ears, and it's a little bit like the young children, but I think you can do better because swimmer goggles could be really quite easy adapted and go over the ears. And then you can just wash your hair and then you can see, and then your grandmother will not fall over. Okay? Think of how many people fall in the shower. Why do they fall in the shower? It's a lot to do with eyesight. They're trying to shower, wash, whatever, and they get distracted. They get soap in their eyes. There's so many things that can happen to people why they fall in the shower. I don't know how many people probably die because they fell in the shower. Okay, so this invention is take some goggles, you put them together with plastic, you make it a solid piece. They also have goggles that you can buy for swimming that has earplugs in them. And I'm not really fond of that idea because when you pull the earplug out, people would pull it out while there's still soap and it would still go in there. But you could use those. And I was trying to buy some. You can buy them for as little as, I don't know, $8. But I'm in Guatemala, right? So I need somebody to buy them and send them to me, right? If I could ever get my sisters and brothers and anybody that, might act like they watch all my videos, but they never watch any of my videos to buy these things. There is a Correos, a mailbox now in San Pedro, but I think it probably takes about 7 to 10 days or 20 days. Who knows how long it's going to take to get here. This is pretty light, so they could send it here. We also have, but the only country I've ever been where I could buy products on Amazon was actually Sosua, Dominican Republic, which is one of the most dangerous places on the planet. And they had a shipping service that shipped from Florida to thing, and they did it reasonably. The cost of getting any products here to Lake Atitlan is unreasonable. You can get mail, but to get actual products is pretty expensive. Anything heavy is expensive. There is a service where you can get like 1 cubic foot set here very slowly, pretty cheap. But that's for people that live here. But we got to take these products that like swimmer goggles with earplugs, and we got to make it. I believe we're going to eventually learn, and I predict this. I predict that in the future, people will be 10 times more worried about the chemicals that are touching their skin than the crazy foods that enter their mouth. The mouth and the digestion and the intestine and the whole body is ready for crap to enter their body. You can eat human can eat so much bacteria and stuff and still survive. But how much can you put on your eyes? How much can you put on your skin before you're poisoned? I'll give an example on iodine. I was doing this thing with iodine where they were saying that if you put the iodine on your body and it disappears within 10 minutes, you have an iodine shortage. And so I tested it. Next thing you know, it kept disappearing. Next morning, I was scared out of my brains. I was pissing up this brown fluid, and I realized, wait a minute, all that iodine went right through my body and into my pecker, and I was urinating it out, right? And that's how one of the ways I realized that things enter your body. And I believe my father died because it took many. But eventually, just like your lungs are more important than your skin, okay? So anything that enters your breathing is potentially a poison to your body. So people that smoke, but they think that there's a summation point in how much you do it. Like if you're constantly working with construction where you hear you got dust entering your lungs, this is like the asbestos problem. You got things, but the eyes are very important. And as we get older, if you want to live to be 120, you've got to preserve the eyes, the ears, and the nose, and the body in a lot of ways. And this is very important to me that I live to be 120. By any rights, I should live to be 95 because genetically, both sides of my grandparents to do it. But how do I preserve my eyes when I'm doing it? So what I do right now is I will bend over the shower and I will I'll wash it just like you would in the sink. I often think Mom Graham used to wash her head in the sink, and I'm not sure why she did that other than she didn't have to take a shower, right? I'm not sure I ever saw Mom Graham take a shower. Sounds sad, but that's the fact of life with older people. They do all sorts of things to avoid taking a shower. Well, anybody want to ask a question on live chat before I go off this video and go back to the chat? I'm here and you're not, why not? But I've got, I don't know, like maybe 100 and some ideas on how to on business ideas, aid organization ideas, how to make the world a better place. And a lot of these are innovations and inventions. And they're in some level of me always working on them, right? I'll try to give the link on the channel, but I'll try to put it in the link. And all this stuff takes a lot of work, and I don't really like to work, right? People don't get it that I'm not going to work to make money. Okay, I'm only going to do what I enjoy in life. And I've had the luxury to do that for 45 years. I'm not going to, people are always recommending that I do something that I don't enjoy, like editing videos. And I go, no. If I'm editing or doing anything, it's really just so I can psychologically see whether I can basically figure out what trips your trigger. I really like to see what trips the trigger. But we need inventions and we need innovations, and there's never been a time in life where we couldn't put together the best minds on the planet. When the internet started, I was under the impression that all the cancer people studying cancer would get together and basically supercharge the cancer problem. It hasn't happened. Everybody's only working for the fame and the Nobel Prize, and they do not want to share information. One thing I'm really proud of Bill Gates is that if you get a Bill Gates like grant or something, he kind of makes it you have to share the information, and that's the reason why. I mean, development and innovation and inventions could go 10 times faster if people didn't need and want the notoriety of being the person that did it. Okay, I'm here and you're not, why not? See you later. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button.